I stood in the sterile, cold conference room, the weight of the world pressing down on my shoulders. The board members, my colleagues, and the CEO all stared at me with a mix of pity and contempt. "Your formula is too risky," the CEO said, his voice as cold as the room. "We can't risk our profits on something so unproven." I was dismissed, my life's work stolen and buried under the guise of corporate greed. I was labeled a scientific idealist, a fool chasing dreams, my family. Ever the voice of reason echoed the sentiment. "You're an embarrassment," my father had said, his voice heavy with disappointment. "You should have listened to us. Now look at you, chasing after some ridiculous dream of healing with plants." The sting of their words fueled my resolve. I left the corporate world behind, turning to ethnobotany, the study of indigenous plants and their medicinal properties. I was ridiculed, dismissed as a quack, a fool chasing after primitive knowledge. But I pressed on, driven by an unyielding belief in the power of nature and the need to prove my worth. I traveled to remote villages, learning from the elders, studying the plants that had sustained their communities for generations. I faced countless challenges, from treacherous terrains to hostile locals, but I never wavered. I was on a mission, a relentless pursuit of truth and redemption. Years passed, and I began to see results. Plants that were once dismissed as weeds showed potent healing properties. I developed medicines that could cure diseases deemed incurable. I transformed barren lands into thriving ecosystems, proving the power of indigenous ethnobotanical medicine. One day, I decided it was time to go home. I wanted to show my family what I had become, to prove that their ridicule had only fueled my fire. I arrived at my childhood home, the place where it all began. My family was shocked to see me, their eyes widening in disbelief as they took in the changes in me. I had organized a grand exhibition in the town square, showcasing my work. My family, along with the entire town, was invited. As they walked through the exhibition, their eyes widened in awe. They saw the medicines I had developed, the plants I had studied, and the ecosystems I had transformed. They saw the lives I had touched, the people I had healed. My mother, her voice trembling, asked, "Is this all your work?" I nodded, a sense of pride and accomplishment washing over me. "Yes, Mother, this is what I've been doing all these years. This is what you ridiculed, what you dismissed as a foolish dream." My father, his voice heavy with regret, said, "We were wrong, son. We didn't understand. We didn't see the potential in what you were doing." I looked at them, my heart heavy with a mix of emotions. It's not about understanding or seeing potential. It's about believing, about supporting. You ridiculed me, dismissed me, and it hurt. But it also fueled my resolve. It made me stronger, made me push harder. The town square was filled with people, all eager to learn about my work. I gave a talk, sharing my journey, my struggles, and my triumphs. I spoke about the power of indigenous ethnobotanical medicine, about the need to respect and preserve our natural heritage. I spoke about the importance of believing in oneself, of pursuing one's dreams, despite the ridicule and the challenges. As I finished my talk, I saw tears in my mother's eyes, a sense of pride in my father's. I had proven my worth, had shown them the power of my dream. I had transformed not just barren lands, but also their perceptions, their beliefs. In the end, it was not just about proving them wrong, but about showing them the power of belief, the strength of conviction. It was about turning their ridicule into fuel, their disbelief into determination. It was about transforming their derision into a testament of my triumph. As I stood there, surrounded by the people I had inspired, the plants I had studied, and the medicines I had developed, I knew I had achieved more than just success. I had achieved redemption, had reclaimed my voice. I had turned their ridicule into a story of triumph, a testament of my resilience and my belief. And as I looked at my family, their eyes filled with pride and regret, I knew that I had not just proven my worth, but had also taught them a valuable lesson. A lesson of belief, of support, of understanding. A lesson of turning ridicule into triumph, of transforming derision into determination. A lesson of turning their no into my yes, their impossible into my possible. And as I walked away, leaving behind the echoes of their ridicule and the whispers of their regret, I knew that I had not just achieved success, but had also achieved peace, a peace that came from knowing that I had turned their derision into a story of triumph, their disbelief into a testament of my belief. A peace that came from knowing that I had not just proven my worth, but had also proven the power of belief, the strength of conviction, and the triumph of the human spirit.